You did everything right. The weather's perfect. The bait's the one you trust. The water looks alive. And the lake just ignores you. Cast after cast. Nothing. I know that feeling. Bright sun, gorgeous day, and you feel like the only one out there who can't buy a bite. You start wondering if the fish even left. You think about packing it in. But what if that bright, dead-feeling day isn't working against you? What if it's quietly telling you exactly where every bass in the lake is sitting, and almost nobody is listening? I'll show you where they go the second the sun gets high. It's not where you've been throwing. There's a gas-filled organ inside every bass that gets blamed for all of this. I'll tell you why the blame is mostly wrong. The brightest part of the day is the easiest time to find a bass, not the hardest. Sounds backwards. Stay with me. And there's one bass out there that feeds harder the brighter it gets. Most people fish it exactly wrong. Start with one fact that changes how you read the whole day. A bass has no eyelids. It can't squint. It can't look away from the sun. So when the sun climbs and the water lights up, a bass does the only thing it can. It gets out of the glare, under something, behind something, or down where the light gives up. That's the piece I had backwards for years. I thought bright sun emptied the lake. It doesn't. It sorts it, and it puts the fish in places you can actually predict. Now the organ everyone points at. Inside a bass is a gas-filled sac called the swim bladder. It's a buoyancy balloon. More gas, the bass floats up. Less gas, it sinks. But there's a catch. A bass can't burp. A trout or a carp can gulp air and dump it fast. A bass is sealed shut. Biologists call it fisoclus, so it only adjusts that balloon slowly, through its blood. That can take a day or two. So the theory goes like this. Pressure drops before a storm. The balloon swells. The bass feels off and feeds in a panic. Front passes, pressure slams back up. The balloon squeezes, and the bass spends 2 days feeling heavy and sulking. Bass, walleye, and perch all share that sealed setup, so they supposedly get it worst. It's a clean story. I bought it for a long time. Then I went looking for the proof. And the proof is thin. The one study people quote, largemouth, back in the 80s, found a small effect, and only in one slice of the year. Most studies since came up empty. The honest version, nobody has cleanly shown the barometer number on its own moves bass. And the detail that broke it for me, a bass dropping just 3 feet in the water feels a bigger pressure change than the entire sky moving on it. 3 feet. They do that chasing a single shad. So the swim bladder is real. The blame is misplaced. The barometer isn't reaching down and flipping your bass off. Something around it is. That something is. The weather wrapped around the pressure. And the timing gives it away. The hours before a front are some of the best fishing you'll ever get. The sky goes heavy, the wind kicks up, and bass feed like they know something's coming. They probably do. Then the front rolls through. The sky scrubs clean. You get that cloudless, no-wind morning everyone calls perfect. And the bite falls off a cliff. The pattern a lot of us see. Day 1 after the front is already tough. Day 2 is the worst. Tiny bites or none. Day 3, it loosens up and feels normal again. That postcard Saturday is usually day 1 or 2 of the slump. So where do they go? On a cloudy day, a largemouth roams. Could be anywhere. And that's the day that's genuinely hard to pattern. Bright sun pins that same bass to shade. Dock posts, laydowns, a weed mat, an overhanging tree. And I mean small shade. I've pulled good fish out of a shadow the size of a dinner plate. Half the bass still sitting in the sun. If it's the only dark spot around, check it. Throw into the darkest part. Drag it slow toward the light. Most of my bites come right where shadow meets sun. That's the line a bass ambushes from. Skip a jig or a Texas rig way back under the dock. Punch a heavy weight through the mat. The cover that looks impossible to fish is the whole reason the bass is sitting there. My lake's got no docks, and the grass died off. Stay with me. The fish still made shade. They just made it out of depth. Deep water is shade. When the top of the lake lights up, bass slide down onto ledges, points, and brush. into the cooler, darker water. This is drop shot and shaky head water. Get the bait down and crawl it. No flash, no speed. Keep it on the bottom and in their face. And this is the part nobody warns you about. A bass parked at 15 feet in July is one of the most catchable fish in the lake. It isn't roaming, so it isn't hard to find. Put a bait on its nose and it eats. You just have to go down there. One more thing happens on that bright, settled day that has nothing to do with the bass. The whole buffet goes quiet. When conditions change, the tiny stuff, plankton, the bugs baitfish eat, shifts deep. The baitfish follow it down. The bass follow the baitfish. On a flat bluebird day, all of it squeezes tight to the bottom and the structure. So it's not that the bass got lazy. The kitchen closed. That's why going deep and slow isn't a consolation prize that day. It's where the food went. Now the bass that breaks every rule I just gave you. Smallmouth. A largemouth hunts by feel and vibration. A smallmouth hunts with its eyes. Give a smallmouth bright sun and clear water, and it spots your bait from a long way off and comes to run it down. The pros who chase them up north aren't quiet about this. Their biggest days, 30, 40, 50 fish, come on slick, sunny, calm water. The exact day a largemouth guy writes off and goes home. I'll be straight about the edges because I've gotten this wrong. The sun is good thing is strongest with smallmouth and clear water. In muddy water or with shallow largemouth, sun still drives them to cover. You've just got to go in after them. And in clear water under that sun, the bass sees everything. So I downsize. Lighter fluorocarbon, smaller bait, natural colors, green pumpkin, shad. A translucent for smallmouth. The cleaner the water, the more honest your bait has to look. There's one more reason your perfect Saturday is hard, and no weather app shows it. People. Bluebird weekends pack the lake. Boats, kayaks, bank anglers. Every bass sees more lures and more noise on that one nice day than it does all rainy week. A bass that got stung by a chartreuse spinnerbait in full sun isn't going to crush that same thing next Saturday. Clear, calm water shows them every flaw, and they remember. So back to the thing that sounded backwards. Why I said the brightest part of the day is the easiest. A cloudy day scatters bass across the whole lake. A bright day collapses them onto a short list of spots. The shade, the cover, the depth, the structure holding bait. You stop guessing. You start hitting the few places that can actually hold a fish. The whole game flips from covering water to picking it apart.